My name is Zoom. Welcome to the Grind Theory, where hustle meets strategy. We invite winners into our circle. You are invited. What would you tell that kid that dreamed of being a part of the music industry?
How do you feel about the podcast game so far? Like my only real conversation with my biological father, you know what I'm saying? Like was a phone call. Like, he lied to me type shit.
What is the biggest hurdle you had to overcome to get where you're at right now? Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy Zoom. We back with episode 2 of the Grind Theory. And we got a special guest today. It's my boy T.O.
Yo, 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 what's good? It's T.O.2X stage name, Artist, producer, do a lot of dope shit.
Where do you resign from?
I'm from South Bend, Indiana, born and raised.
And do you do like more music or is it more of the producer side? Because I know you mentioned something about beats now.
Now, like, I got, credits, I make beats. I'll sell them, if people want to buy them, I'll work with whoever. More so of a rapper. They try to take me out of my rapper phase, It's all right, though.
I feel it. I feel it. Who all have you worked with like from this area?
Let's see. I got something with Spud. I got something with OBE Marco. I got some stuff with Rocky. I got a little bit of something with a little bit of everybody. I'm not going to put a lot of, names out there, but I worked with just about everybody for the most part.
On the music side, is there anything new you working on right now?
Uh, I got a couple of songs in the works. I might drop something pretty soon, maybe next week. Who knows? Uh, I make beats every day, so like I said, music is just something you always do. Is even if you don't necessarily record something, write something down, like you always get an idea or something that you're gonna come back to or maybe work on at some point in the future.
Yeah, for sure. Um, if there's a place, where would people find you at
Uh,
as far as platforms go?
you can find me on every major platform. To2 times. We're pretty sure we'll put that in the video so y'all can see how it's spelled and whatnot. But yeah, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube. I'll be dropping more music videos soon. Got to get some more visuals out there.
Did you start as a music artist first, or like what led to producing beats?
Really, really, actually, I'm gonna start from the. I'll start from the beginning. So like, what originally got me interested in rapping was my uncle. He had a studio at a time. He took me there, and I had seen like the people mixing and writing verses and whatnot. And I always thought that was cool. And then plus, what I'm saying, seeing 50 Cent and all them, at my age, what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
seeing all them on TV, got the gear, what I'm saying, chains and all that. And then it's like, again, a little bit older, I realized my other uncle rap. I'm like, dang, what I'm saying, like I can do this, what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
you might as well at this point.
So it's like around like fourth grade, I filled the notebook up at school full of raps. Like, what I'm saying? At this age, I'm talking about stuff I ain't got no business to be talking about or whatever. But it's like, once I did that, like, I was like, yeah, like,
It's that.
I had it in my head, like, I could do this, what I'm saying? Like, and this is something that I probably would want to do. But, like, as soon as, like, maybe high school started, that's when I realized, like, I could do everything. I had friends that was making beats already. And I was already, like, interested in the craft, what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, if I could rap and make beats, that kind of eliminates everything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you kill one bar. What's
not,
the saying for it?
kill two birds with one stone in a sense.
See,
Like,
yeah, there you go.
and like Kanye always been one of my favorite artists. You know what I'm saying? That boy fried, but he can't take away from the music.
Yeah,
But
for
like
sure.
him rapping and making his own beats and stuff like that was hard to me. So I was like, I can do this. Like, and like I said, watching my friends, I was like, you know what?
Yeah. Is there? Do you got any goals like for the music slash producing? Is there anything like you want to accomplish by like let's say the end of this year?
Uh, it's crazy because there's a point in time where it's like, you want to do it for the awards and like, what I'm saying, like you dream of winning Grammys and being on the stage and doing like, stuff like that. But it's like I really just at this point make music for people to enjoy, like whatever success that comes with it, it's cool. But it's like at this point in time, it's really like I just want to see a bunch of people listening to my song and like, yeah, this shit hard. Like that's really what it's about for me.
Is there anybody that like you look up to when it comes to the music?
I'd say like, that's a good one. I got a few artists for different reasons. Gucci Man, just because like his reign was undeniable. Like I don't care, white, black, Mexican. Like when that little Gucci Man era, like that was undeniable.
Like the old Gucci Man?
Yeah, old Gucci. Like,
okay.
Like it was
Sure.
it was undeniable. Like, what I'm saying? Like I was in Mishawaka with a car full of white boys and they was bumping that harder than I
You
was.
said a
Like,
car
what
full
I'm
of
saying?
white boys. That's funny.
No, for real though. It's like it's undeniable.
Yeah.
Like Wiz Khalifa, you know what I'm saying? For obvious reasons, but like he made it cool to be a piehead. Like I used to get shitted on for being a piehead. And then Wiz Khalifa came out. And then now,
Yeah, I mean that's what he's known for.
Like now it's like, oh, you're cool. And it's like, what I'm saying? I was already cool, but it's like now they're like, yeah, you're not a piece of shit because you smoke weed. Like, like.
No, I feel it.
So it's like he kind of made like the shit that I was already doing like acceptable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I never used to like comb my hair and shit like that. Like I wake up, throw some water and rub, you know what I'm saying? Go about my business and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like he made shit like that cool, you know what I'm saying? But I would say, yeah, them two is probably like the two top ones. Like I said, I could really go from different genres and everything.
Is there anybody like that you want to work with in the future in the music? It could be like local, national, just in general. Is there anybody like you want to work with in the future?
I feel like locally, which I ain't gonna really say local because bro done travel too. I would say around the South Bend area, I want to work with Blue because we always been around each other, but we like never really actually did a song together or anything like that. And like I would say, like on a global scale, like, and it's crazy because like this pun probably catch you off guard for real, but probably be like. It'd probably be like one of these female R&B singers. Like it wouldn't be like a rapper for real, for real. Like there's plenty I could choose from. So it's like I'm not gonna specifically say one, but it's like it'll probably be like
just R&B or
no. I mean
so
like
does that
don't
like cancel out Glorilla or somebody like
no,
that.
don't get me wrong. Like I work with what I'm saying with anybody in a sense. Like
Right.
I feel like I can make great music with anybody, but like if you was just like I can get you a feature with one person right now. Like I probably like write down a list of R&B singers that I like, and then I probably like close my eyes and randomize, like you know what I'm saying, like whichever one gets picked is cool. But like it's probably
Okay. We're gonna switch it up a little bit. Do some little get a little personal with T.O.2X. What's your favorite food?
man, I'm gonna sound childish. Like
You said I'm gonna sound childish.
nah, but nah, for real. Man, like I'm a snack cake dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I eat regular food and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. Like I gotta maintain, like, cause I go to the gym and whatnot, as you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, bro, like a box of Pop-Tarts. Hate to see me coming. Like I can't I can't help it. A box of Pop-Tarts.
How about a favorite color?
I say purple.
Purple.
I could put blue in there as a close second, but like it's definitely purple.
Do you got any questions for me?
I say my one question would be as far as because I know this. You said this your second episode. How do you feel about the podcast game so far as a whole? Like, I know like you're freshly in it. You know, it's not like this is something you've been around or you know what I'm saying. Like, how do you feel about it so far?
To be honest, I feel great about it only because the reason why I started this podcast is because to challenge myself. Um, Only because I'm more of like a behind the scenes type of guy. This is just something that I had to do on a personal note. But I mean, I like it. I'm still getting comfortable with it, you know. But as of right now, it's definitely something I'm doing. I'm coming. It's 2025, but Zoom is coming. Trust me.
I can
You
dig it.
know.
I got two.
How is the relationship with you and your siblings?
Uh, it's good. I mean, you know how it is. You know, having siblings, like, you know,
He said,
it's really just
I mean-
it's weird because it's like being an older brother. It's like I be looking at it, I just be like, man, ain't no way I was doing that.
Type.
And then it's like when I ask my parents, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm like, you know, was I like that? You know, they be like, yeah. I'm like, damn, like
little
that. You know, I be like, that's crazy. Like, little brother be acting weird. You know, it's a new generation. The YNs,
No, yeah,
the YNs is retarded.
He said the YNs.
They are they different.
They got YCs now and everything.
You know what I'm saying? What are the YCs?
They call them the young crackers. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's 2025, man.
And they do everything. Who knows?
This year showed me a lot of things. Yeah, that's the best meaning for it. Do you have any kids, T.O.?
I got one.
You got it? Yeah.
Yeah, I got a daughter.
That's
That's
good.
my baby. You know.
How do you manage to cope being a father and kind of just balancing life in general? Because I'm a father myself, and I know how that goes. So
I mean, I feel like everybody experience is different. Like, you know, I grew up with a stepdad. Like my only real conversation with my biological father, you know what I'm saying, like, was a phone call. Like, you know, he lied to me type shit. So it's like I always told myself I would never be that. You know, I always have great examples, even though you know, I didn't have my real dad. I always had my stepdad. You know what I'm saying? I gotta give a big shout out to him because you know what I'm saying. Been in my life 20 plus years and still counting. I ain't never been called stepson. The only reason I'm saying stepdad now, so it's like, you know, clarification. But that is my father. That's my dad. I want everybody to know that. Like I said, everybody's situation is different. Like for me, you know, it's had its challenges. Like I'm fortunate to like, you know, be in my daughter's life every day. A lot of dudes don't got that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, that is painful. I ain't gonna like, you know, sugarcoat it like that. It hurt. I feel like as a father, you know what I'm saying, like you get the short end of the stick in a sense. Like I'm not saying here like saying like, you know, there ain't no deadbeats, you know, or there ain't dads or dudes that be out here like, oh well, if I'm not gonna get you, then kids over with. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that. But it's like if the mother of the child decides to be, you know what I'm saying, shitty, you know, bitter or whatever, like there's nothing you can do. Like you can go to court and do all that stuff, but like if she ain't a junkie, like there's just nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? In a sense. So it's like I just feel like you just gotta stick at it. Like just don't give up. That's the only thing I can really say. Just don't give up. Stick at it.
what is the biggest hurdle you had to overcome to get where you're at right now?
I would say, yeah, fatherhood. I would say about like, you know, right before my daughter was born, like maybe like a year or two. Me and my guys, you know, we had a little bachelor pad. We had a studio going. We was traveling, and I kind of chose being a dad over that shit. At the end of the day, I don't regret it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't get time back. But it's like I feel like I said, being there for my daughter was more important than saying taking that risk, hitting the road, and saying doing all that. And I feel like in a sense it made me a better artist, made me be able to be like more emotional and write music that connects to people instead of it just being like party this, we gonna go blam up that, like, what I'm saying? But like it kind of just made me just better overall, I say, even outside of just being an artist. But that was probably like my biggest hurdle, because I had to, like I said, become comfortable enough with myself as a parent and as a father to say, hey, even though I'm gone, like, my daughter still know she got her dad. Like, I'm
Yeah.
still gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I'm gone doesn't mean like she's just gonna be like, oh, I don't have a daddy no more. Like, which is, what I'm saying? I know that's never been the case, but that was kind of like my thought process. Like, dang, if I leave and I go to this state and I'm, here for a couple months, like, you know what I'm saying? Or I gotta go travel, you might not see me for a majority of the year. Like, I'm gonna feel guilty, you know what I'm saying? Which I'll probably still feel guilty. But it's like, I know at the end of the day, like, I'm doing this for the betterment of
No,
both of
yeah.
our lives. Even if it don't affect me for real, like, I know your life's gonna be better off of this. So that was like basically my biggest hurdle was, parenthood.
Coming to the Grind Theory podcast, what does the grind mean to you in everyday life or whatever it is?
Man, you just gotta get to it. And I tell people all the time, like, I don't want to sound like I'm gonna sound like an asshole. Fuck it. Uh, I hate people that sleep in all fucking day. Like, I despise y'all. Like, not in a sense where it's like it's just a hatred, but it's like you're not what, like, if you do get some shit done, you are successful in that way. I tip my hat off to you. Nobody's doing business at 11 at night. Nobody, there's nothing like, what I'm saying, in the business that's going on at 11 at night or later than that. Like, that's probably not the type of business you need to be involved in, because
I mean,
let's be for real.
yeah.
But like, you wake up, you have your whole day ahead of you. Everybody's doing business, everything's open. Get your shit done, you know what I'm saying? Use your time at night to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever else you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? You don't see successful people in label meetings at fucking midnight. You don't see successful people going to these radio stations at, you know what I'm saying, that's doing music at least. You don't see them going to radio stations at fucking 7:30, you know what I'm saying? Like, these interviews and all this stuff, this gets done in the morning. By the time this evening comes, they're going to do social things and all the other stuff. That's when they're kind of doing enjoyable stuff. Like,
You know what I was always told? Have you ever seen a Lamborghini commercial?
I haven't. That's crazy because I never have.
You know why? Because anybody sitting on a couch watching commercials cannot afford one.
And that's real life. That's real.
That sticks to me, bro. It always has. I don't know. That's why, like, I look at things a little like the grind to me is something like a person that wants more. Like a motivated person, it's somebody that will try to create, the smallest thing into the biggest thing, in any way. It's more of effort, like an effort to me. I feel like.
Yeah. But to answer your question, that was basically it. Just somebody that's just wants more, like, that's gonna go get it. And that's why, like I say, like, I emphasize like getting up early. Like, I tell everybody that, like, literally, like, he could speak for it too. Like, get up early.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily gotta be 5 in the morning, but like, man,
I'm up at 3:30 every day,
You know what I'm
clocking at
saying?
4. That's
you know what I'm saying.
some people can't do that, but some, a lot of people say like that's the hardest part. Is about getting up and wanting to do that day. That's the grind.
Yeah, say you gotta do something. You can't just do nothing.
So if you ever want to know, listen to stories, other people's grind, you could come here. The grind theory.
Definitely.
Get here, talk all about it. I know you on a personal level. We're talking juvenile, up to the adult area. Uh, were you like, did that have an impact with the music at all?
I would say, yeah. We really grew up together. That's my cousin, by the way, y'all.
It
Uh,
is.
we'll explain that another time. But I did juvie time, and that kind of like I would say when I went through an era where this is around like when Chief Keef and them was coming out, but like I went through a time phase when the music was violent. So I would say like my juvenile days, what I'm saying, affected that. But I feel like I got the confidence that I could really do this shit when I went to jail. And what I'm saying, you in there with older niggas and they like,
Yeah.
you rap for them or what I'm saying, like, and it wasn't like just one nigga in the room. Like, I'd be at the table surrounded, what I'm saying, like, they're like, yeah, that shit hard. The niggas is like singing your songs and shit like that. And I was like, you know what? And this ain't even the type of shit that I think they like, what I'm saying? So like if they ain't here fucking with this shit
Right.
with no beat, what I'm saying, just something on the table and that's probably not how it's finna go. What I'm saying? Like, I got it. But like that definitely gave me the confidence to where it's like, I can do this shit. Everybody ain't gonna like it, but like I know I can get the vast majority.
Right. I mean, yeah, every artist, I'll tell you, they each got their own kind of fan base. So especially if people in jail, because I'm sure there's probably not much to do in jail. There's probably a lot of people that learn how to rap or, tattoo and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it just become something that you just pick up in there. So is there anything maybe you want to close out with? Or is there anything that you want to say?
I just uh really if anything I just say like go check out the music. You know what I'm saying? Stay positive. Don't feed into the bullshit. There's a lot of, fuck shit going on. You gotta stay P and keep away from the people that really ain't P. There's a lot of people that be like, I'm P. They be really tender. You know what I'm saying? You don't need them in your life. Uh get some money, raise your kids. Keep God first. Put that before everything. Keep God first. And just, like I said, grind. We on the Grind Theory podcast. You just gotta grind.
No, yeah, for sure. What would you tell that kid that dreamed of being a part of the music industry? Like, if there be anything that you would like tell him ahead of time before maybe he had gotten to an extent or
See, I would say for someone like me, like I would say my road has been a little bit different. Like I've talked to people, what I'm saying, I've been some places, but it hasn't really necessarily been off of the strength of my music, as in like my songs and stuff like that. It's basically been off the overall strength that like, what I'm saying, like my beats probably caught somebody attention and they was talking to me about the beats and then like I brought up that like I could rap and I can do all this other stuff too. So I would say like always be I would say what's the best way to put it? Put your talent out there. Like don't just be like, quiet about it. Like let people know that you can rap. You know what I'm saying? Let people know that you can make beats. Let people know that like you got this talent because a lot of people discourage themselves. And it's not because somebody said that like, oh, I don't like this or it's trash or anything like that. Like they're just afraid to put it out there. So don't do that. Don't wait till later on. Especially like if you started like, what I'm saying, high school or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like don't be that kid that's, you got 1,000 notebooks full of raps, but
But I got
you
one
know what I'm
song
saying,
out.
you never put a song out or nothing like that, and then you get
Yeah.
grown and you try to do it. Like, no, like let that shit out. Like, I was that kid in a group full of rappers. Like, I never drop a song, wouldn't be in the groups freestyling or nothing, you know what I'm saying? Like, so by the time that like I started putting on music, like it was a little bit harder. Like, you know what I'm saying? I had to do a little bit more, like kinda had to force myself in a couple situations and whatnot. It really wasn't a good look at the time, but you know, it kinda worked out for me.
I got one question. Is there anybody that you would refer to this podcast?
Oh yeah. Actually, there's a couple of people I like to see on this podcast. Not just cause like on a not cause like I just know them on a personal level, but just because I feel like they got a story that really like resonates with the grind theory. So I don't know if y'all gonna see this, but Blue, you definitely got to get on here. Stinky, you got to get on here too, because I feel like y'all stories will really resonate well with what this podcast is about, and y'all can give, you know what I'm saying, the youth some knowledge, you know what I'm saying, a little game. So yeah, those are two people I feel like you should get on here, cause for sure.
Okay. Well, with that being said, that wraps up episode 2. Um, just subscribe, follow along. There's gonna be a nice little guest list coming up. And yeah, I'm out.